Well, as a Leafs fan, I mean, the bit on social media was like some of my favorite videos were these guys on TikTok, and it was the Leafs walking into the locker room.
He's like, this is a second round?
He's like, this is a second round?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, man.
That
He's
guy
like,
is
I thought we were just in Florida for a golf trip. It's like, no, we have to play again. It's like, wait, hold on.
There's a second round?
Austin, did you know there's a second round?
He's like, yeah, we got a second golf round.
Yeah. Welcome back to another episode live from the dojo. Remember, you can get this podcast wherever you get podcasts. That's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and the YouTube. Make sure to like and subscribe. Don't forget, we also just dropped merch on the Book It Sports website. You can get this sweatshirt and Trent's sweatshirt. He's not wearing it right now, but it says Green Gobbies if you're a big Prize Picks guy. On the Book It Sports website. How was your weekend, man?
Weekend was solid. Glad to be home, back on the couch. Was in Toronto this past weekend, and of course we had Mother's Day, so it was pretty busy, but Toronto was a hell of a time.
I just cannot believe that you're repping Toronto again after having to fly all the way there to watch them lose.
That was tough, man. I was thrilled to be in the building. There's nothing like a high-stakes Maple Leafs game, man. That game was insane.
Because you know they're going to lose.
Dude,
we knew it now. We knew it.
I knew
it, dude. We literally, you said it on the episode before you left. You literally had the script.
I did. I literally called it. I said, Leafs, we're going to win Game 4, no doubt in my mind, because I'm going to have to fly to Toronto and be in Maple Leaf Square when they lose in Game 5.
Maple Leaf.
And that's exactly to a T what happened.
But don't forget, you said they're going to win just to be an inconvenience.
Yeah.
So you'd have to travel up there to watch them lose.
Yeah, exactly. And the streak continues. Every hockey game I've been to this year, overtime. And we're going to Game 7 tonight, Kraken Stars, so I can't wait for that. But, dude, that Leafs game, man, I don't know if you were watching, but there was a goal that was scored that they called off. Did you see that?
So I saw, I wasn't watching the game, but I saw the replay. Explain to me what happened. So I know they whistled to play dead.
Yeah, so that was...
And when, I feel like even in the fucking video games, and even when you watch a game, it felt like a really quick whistling dead of a play.
Yeah, no, it was weird. Like, being at the game, no one realized that the play was dead. Like, we can't hear whistles. So we didn't even know that was what was being reviewed. We thought we was just reviewing the puck crossing the line, and it clearly, clear as day, crossed the line.
Oh yeah, it was in.
And dude, that place was in fucking shambles when the ref, posted the video of the ref like coming out and announcing the call. All of a sudden, just trash, everything flying on the ice. Yeah, it was gnarly. Water bottles, beer cans, fucking everything getting thrown on the ice. It was at the time, it looked like a really bad call. I'm sure if you go back, there's logistics behind the call with the stoppage of play, whatever. But dude, that was just really sad. And then they tied it up, and I don't know if you saw, but I had exact score 3-2 Leafs in OT, 2-2 overtime. I'm like, dude, this is like the third time I fucking called a game to go OT, exact score. So I'm like, fucking take a bathroom break post third period. Dude, I'm in the this was crazy. I'm in the bathroom in Toronto, in the urinal, and I'm just like taking a piss, and all of a sudden I hear like Trent, like just a fucking group of kids just just chanting my name as I'm pissing. I'm laughing so fucking hard, and I turn around and it's just this fat squad of kids. But dude, as soon as that puck in the overtime period touched the back of the net for the Panthers, this guy sitting in front of us, it was just the most Maple Leafs thing ever. This guy sitting in front of us, who's at the game by himself. Keep in mind, he had just told the story about how he hasn't seen his family in 35 days because he was on a work trip for 35 days. Just got home from the airport, didn't even go home to see the wife and kids. Wow. Went straight to the Leafs game. And we're in overtime, and he's sitting there like this. That puck goes in the net. He looks to the guy next to him. We'll see you next year. Gets up, fucking out of the building like that.
No way, dude. You deserve to watch them lose. Go see your fucking kids, man. Like, what, dude? I saw the funniest thing ever, dude. Well, actually, first, I mean, it was always the Panthers.
It was always
plus 1.5, though.
That hit every
which is
every
what
game.
I'm going to do with the Kraken tonight.
Yeah.
because in an elimination game, it's never going to be a blowout, it feels like.
That
unless you're the fucking Oilers.
Panthers plus 1.5 hit in every single game against the Leafs. Crazy.
And
they weren't favored once.
They're my team to win it all now.
Yeah.
I like watching the Panthers. I'm like excited to watch the Panthers. Outside of the Panthers, it'd be the Kraken for me. Either one of them I'd be happy to watch win.
Yeah.
I just feel like they're the most exciting teams to watch, or the most fun in my opinion.
I really want an expansion team Western Conference Finals. Really want the Kraken to win tonight.
That'd be so sick, dude.
But yeah, dude, there's not a player I hate in sports more right now than Matthew Tkachuk. I hate Matt. I despise Matthew Tkachuk. I respect Matthew Tkachuk because he's a dog and he's borderline GOAT status, but he's a fucking rat, dude. I hate Tkachuk.
Yeah, so you took his under SOGs, right?
Oh yeah, and he's Gretzky, of course. Dude goes under SOGs in every fucking game, and then I go to the game and he has 7 SOGs.
Hear me out though. He was due.
He was so due. But he's just
faded due.
Yeah. He's just such a little rat, dude. He's just involved in every little skirmish. And during that fucking the review of the goal, he's just circling around the refs, just listening to what's going on, making sure the call is going to be the way he wants it. I'm just like, look at this fucking rat, dude. Like, I know he's saying some shit to the refs right now. Like,
you need a guy like that on your team.
And that's why I love the Panthers to win the cup, man. They're so good. They would just dump the puck in an empty corner and they would win the race to the puck and they would open up the ice and then there's a dude open and they'd fucking score. Like that's how they play, and it's going to be interesting to see how they go up against a very dominant defensive Canes team versus a high offensively powered Panthers team. It's going to be a great matchup. Very very excited to watch that series.
And I feel like that's going to be the first time the Canes get tested all playoffs.
Yeah.
I think the Devils are just a little bit too young to be that force where you're like getting tested every night, and the Islanders just fucking suck dick. Yeah. So I feel like this is going to be the first time we're going to see the Canes tested, which makes me almost like the Panthers a little bit more because I feel the narrative of being battle tested is way better. Like, honestly, the Lakers playing the Nuggets, first glance, I really want to give the upper hand to the Nuggets because I just think they're the better team. I think they're deeper. I think position by position, they're better at almost every position other than the Lakers. But you think about the road the Lakers just had to go through to get to the Nuggets, I feel like they're more prepared versus having to play who'd the Nuggets play in the first round. I just had it. Now it's gone out of my head.
They played the fucking...
It was a
the T-Wolves.
Yeah, dude. Fucking... Like, when you got to play the hottest team in the Western Conference and the Kings and beat them, and then you got to play Steph Curry and the Warriors who just won the championship, and now you play the Nuggets, I almost trust the team that's more battle-tested.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's where you're going to get with the Panthers-Canes, but, I mean, you never know.
Yeah, and a goalie, dude, you can go as far as your goalie will take you. And Bobrovsky right now is dialed in.
Iron Curtain.
Dude, the Leafs had 50-plus shots in that game I was at. 50-plus shots, and they scored twice, which is absurd. But their goalie, the Leafs, Wall, he was goating up. Like, he looked good too, but you could just tell there were a couple moments in that game where he just let it slip, and the better goalie ended up winning. So, I mean, this Canes-Panthers series, you got Freddie Anderson, you got Bobrovsky on the Panthers. It's going to be a great, great series. And I don't know how not a single game in that Leafs series went the fuck over. And you asked me, you said, is this game going over? I was like, dude,
when you said that, I was between Panthers plus 1.5 and the over. And my thought process was exactly what you just said. Not a single game this series has gone over. Maybe the first one, but I don't think so. I literally think it wasn't a single game this series. And I was going, all right, we're back in Toronto. Like, the Panthers aren't going home, so they're going to be ripping pucks. So if the Leafs want to win, they're going to have to put up 3 or 4 because the Panthers are going to score. They're not a team that's going to not score. That's the message to Canes fans. Like, you are going to have to outscore the Panthers, and because they will score 2 to 3 every single game. So my thing was, okay, if the Panthers are going to be ripping puck, doing their thing in an elimination game, they're going to play an all-out. The Leafs are going to have to score. So this game, I liked to go over. My second favorite bet was the Panthers plus 1.5. The only reason I didn't really want to do that is because it was minus 150. And I was like, I actually don't hate putting out a minus 150 because I'm still making money when it hits. But when it doesn't hit, I'm like, fucking, I could have been, whatever it was. But I texted you because you were boots on ground, and I was like, is this game going over? And you're like, no. And then I was like, all right, Panthers plus 1.5 because I'm not doing it.
Yeah, and I knew if the Panthers scored first, it was GG. Like, that was my mentality. Like, we need the first one. They score first. I'm like, yeah, GG.
Well, not only did they score first, They scored second,
They scored
too.
second twice,
And then
yeah.
you sent in the group chat, GG.
Yeah.
Dude. I checked the score, and I was like, there's no way.
Yeah.
He flew all the way out to Toronto. But they made it a game.
They did, dude. I literally, after the first period, 2-0, I'm like, Fruity, bro, this is 2-2 overtime. It's setting up perfectly for it. Perfectly. And he was like, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Sure enough, Leafs, or it was 2-1 after the second, and then we go to the third. Should have been 2-2. Goal got called off. 5 minutes left. They score. I'm like, yeah, it's 2-2 OT.
So tell me about, one, I've never been in a building for a Game 7. So that had to be electric. 2, I have 3 questions. One is, the building during a Game 7, especially like in Canada. I've never been to Canada.
Well, it was a Game 5, but...
Or Game 5, sorry.
Yeah.
Fucking, my head is all over. But, dude, I'm still recovering from a hangover. Like, dude, I'm starting to get to the point where my hangovers last till Tuesday.
That's tough.
Like, dude, I woke up yesterday, and it should have been illegal, the level of hungover I was. You know what I mean?
That's the worst, dude.
But what it was like being there, and I meant like elimination game, because like the Leafs, if they lost, they go home. So like that's what I meant, being in the building for something like that. 2, why didn't they give you an orange slice for your Blue Moon? That felt really weird. Felt like a real Canadian thing to do.
It was in there. It's just you couldn't see it.
Nah,
I swear it was in there.
It's a dead ass lie. It's a glass cup. We can go back and review the photos. And then the third, what was Toronto like? Because that city's on my top 2 cities I want to visit. Well, 1, because I'm like a big Drake guy, but 2, it also just looks like a great, great city.
No, it was super nice, actually. I was pretty impressed. It was a lot cleaner than I expected. Super nice. The bars were really fun. Being in that environment for an elimination game and having the team get eliminated was sad, especially for a team like the Leafs, where it just felt like everyone was just like, God damn it, dude. Again. That was the vibe.
See you next year.
As soon as that fucking goal scored. Yeah, see you next year. Dude was out of there faster than, like, it was crazy. But I just felt so bad, dude. Like, we just sat there. I was with the dudes who own props.cash. And after that goal score, we no one looked at each other. No one said anything. We're just sitting there like, fuck. Like, that's literally how it felt. Like, are you fucking kidding? That just went in the net? Yeah, and on that last play, too, I don't know if you saw the clip. There's this, like, clip that's actually goes so hard. Gudis on the Panthers, like, was right in front of the net right before that goal went in, and it goes in. And he just, like, dead ass, this is the goalie's face, and I'm Gudis, and he just fucking, like, screams right in his face, like, yeah!
No,
and like, ESPN posted the clip, and they, like, pause it right when he does that. It's so hard. So hard. Yeah.
That's like the worst.
Yeah, I know.
Because you can't do anything.
And, dude, right before that goal scored, Gudis pulled the defender's stick, who was about to deflect the puck, and he grabbed onto it, and the defender couldn't do anything about it. Should have been a power play, and they just let it go. Yeah. Like, literally blatant, clear as day, holding on to the stick. Defender can't do anything about the puck over here. Rips it, goal. Yeah. It was a clear as day fucking penalty, too.
I mean, again, though, you hate to say it, right? But if you're the Leafs, you can't be down 3-1 going home.
No.
You can't be down 3-1 going home.
The Leafs fucking let that series slip away from them like 7 different times.
And, I mean, speaking of, letting series slip, I feel like something that really recent is the Philadelphia 76ers, man.
Oh, dude. What a Game 7 that was for Celtics fans, to say the least. But I was really just wanting to see Jason Tatum grow the fuck up. I wanted to see him grow up. You got Game 7 back against the wall. Everyone's fucking out on you, especially after last game, which I bombed his over points. I had a rack on Tatum over 29.5, and he has 1 point at halftime. I'm like, bro, I'm done with these Celtics, man. They're going to fucking lose in 6 to the Sixers. And then he goaded up in that fourth quarter in Game 6.
That was nuts, by the way.
Nuts. I was like, oh, this was the start of him growing up.
It was almost like you felt, it was almost as if everything that was happening on social media, it all happened, like it almost felt like he knew what was happening on social media, because going into the fourth quarter, I was like, dude, this kid's a fucking bozo.
Yeah.
I literally tweeted, I think at halftime, I was like, this is the Jason Tatum you guys are all talking about? Like, because I watched that full game, I was like, this is a fucking joke, dude.
Yeah, even Celtics fans were.
That's what I'm saying. And everyone was like, I wasn't even getting hate under my tweet. It was just like, dude's a bozo, like fucking whatever, like not built for the moment. And then it was like fourth quarter just came out, dude, and was firing, dude.
When he shoots with confidence from 3,
It's water.
and you just know when he shoots it, it's going in. It's lights out Tatum. Man.
And the shot that I think I'm thinking of too is the last game. I think it might have been hard on him. He just tweened him like 3 times and pulled up from the top of the key. That 3. It was like, oh my god. Dude.
I mean, he had like 25 in the first half. Like, dude went the fuck off. He grew up. So Celtics are like plus 100 now to win the finals, which is absurd.
And I think I said it on the couch last time we were here on Friday. I said I wouldn't write the Celtics off. I think they had what it takes to come back. And we're seeing now when he's on, this is why the Celtics were one of the favorites to win the entire thing. When he's on, this team is so fucking dangerous, dude.
It has to be Jason Tatum's team. There can't be any debate about it being Jaylen Brown's team or anything like that, you know?
But I give those two a lot of credit because I feel like every time Jaylen Brown has a good game, the media immediately jumps on, like, why aren't we prioritizing Jaylen Brown? Why aren't we prioritizing Jaylen Brown? But they really are just, like, good friends. Like, you saw when Jason Tatum was going crazy, he was like, this is my fucking house, like, whatever he said. Jaylen Brown's, like, going crazy for him. And, like, Marcus Smart's going crazy for him. Like, they're a great core because I don't think they give a fuck what anyone else is saying. Like, I don't think Jason Tatum goes in the locker room when he has a 12-point game and Jaylen Brown has a 30-point game and is really like, yo, fuck this guy.
Yeah, no shot.
You know what I mean?
No shot.
But I feel like the media makes it feel like that, where when they take the floor together, it's like, okay, well, whose team? But it's really not. Like, I think they all know it's Jason's team because he can do stuff like that. Jaylen Brown can't do stuff like that.
For sure. I mean, they've got a fucking locker for Deuce in the goddamn locker room.
Deuce, dude.
You know, it's
a goat.
it's definitely Tatum's team, and I hate when the media tries to like reconstruct a narrative of whatever's going on the floor. It's like it's Tatum's team, and they're gonna go as far as he takes them.
And honestly, this might sound salty. I really don't care at all for. I don't really hate them. I don't love them, but I couldn't be happier to see this Sixers team blow up, especially because Jokic is the best player in the NBA. Like, I don't think it really comes close. Maybe Giannis, I think, is better than him in terms of like dominance. But I mean, when you watch Jokic night in and night out, I don't even think there should have been a debate of Joel Embiid being the MVP.
Agreed.
And I think it's also absurd that we have that conversation. We have the midway through the year where guys like Kendrick Perkins make it about race, and then Kendrick Perkins gets on NBA Playoff Tonight and says Jokic is the best center in the NBA. Like, I think that's absurd. Yeah. By the way, just to like to walk back like a take like that is like insane. But not saying Joel Embiid's not dominant. But my point being, his post game press conference.
Yeah, I saw you tweet about that. I want to hear your thoughts.
Was one of the most disgusting displays of a star player I've ever seen.
Really?
Ever seen. And it goes exactly to the point of why he cares so much about the MVP, because he really doesn't give a fuck about the team. If you care about the team, you got guys like Jalen Brunson who just joined the Knicks. Dropping 41 points saying, I need to be better. I can't come out and play like this. I need to be better. If we're going to win, it's going to go as far as I go, and I didn't play great tonight. For Joel Embiid to sit down after making an entire fuss about getting in the MVP, finally getting the MVP, his team, whatever. He's been on the Sixers since they drafted him. Trust the process. We finally get to a point where they've given you a roster. By the way, your second roster that you should have taken to an NBA Finals. Your first one was when you had Jimmy Butler. This is your second one now. You wanted James Harden, they gave you James Harden. You kept Tobias Harris, then you kept Tobias Harris. You had every tool to get yourself to an NBA Finals. You had to be the guy.
Yep.
To have, what did he have, 19 points? Maybe less than that, maybe 13 points. He was non-existent watching the game. I have no idea how many points he had. For James Harden to come out and have 8 points, 9 points, completely non-existent. To come out in the press conference and say that you and James can't win the game alone, that there's a reason why it's a 5-on-5 team or game, is just the most disgusting thing I've ever seen from a star player. Especially when you say that off the back of the other team's best player putting 51 on your head and beating you by himself.
Yeah.
Beating you by himself. Jason Tatum beat the Sixers by himself. Literally by himself. He had 51 points. The Sixers didn't even come close, dude. So to come out and do that, I not only lost so much respect for Joel Embiid, because I thought he was great. Like, I never really saw a problem with him versus Jokic until the playoffs started. Like, I always thought the race could really go either way. Like, no, it wouldn't have bothered me either way. But to do that, like that, I think that really shows the attitude of this Sixers team and why they were never going to do anything great with him as a centerpiece. It was never going to work. Because if that's the attitude, no wonder it comes out this morning that James Harden wants to go back to Houston. Like when you're that, and it was just so. I feel like one, you've now lost the locker room going into next year. I'm fucking out, dude. I don't care who. Like I don't know if I'm Korgmans, if I'm Tobias. Like even if I didn't have a great season, I don't want to fucking play for you.
No.
I don't want to play with you if that's the fucking narrative.
Yeah.
That you and James can't get it done. By the way, that's your job, you and James, to get it done to win playoff series. But that really pissed me off because like nothing makes me more angry than when you don't take responsibility as the best player. Like when Zach Wilson, when we lost a game 6-0 because he didn't score, and they were like, do you take the blame after your defense holds the team to 6 points? And he says no. Like that shit just really like pisses me off because it's so easy. It's so easy to just be like, I'm the best player. It was on my shoulders. I came out and didn't play well.
Yeah, I can't believe Zach Wilson said that.
Nuts, dude. Especially now that he's just gonna like rot on the bench. It
Yeah.
was such a good bit. But no, that like really pissed me off. Like there's just ways you respond, and that just was not one of them.
Yeah.
And if I'm a Sixers fan, like this team is over. James is out. If I'm another superstar, I don't want to fucking play with Joel after he says dumb shit like that. You're going to lose every role player's confidence in you. Like, I'm out. Especially because you played like shit. If he put up Jason Tatum's numbers and lost that game, right? Let's say Joel had 51 and the Celtics beat him by like 8. And then he said some dumb shit like that, maybe.
Yeah.
But to have an awful, horrendous game and then say some shit like that, like, okay, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, dude.
Yeah, he was non-existent, dude. And he sold the Super Goats, too.
Non-existent, dude.
He's out here saying it's not his fault, and he sold the Super Goats. I fucking bet.
Yeah, I bet, dude. No, I fucking bet. But no, I feel like I almost gave too much time to Philly there. But Heat versus Celtics.
Yeah, Celtics in 5.
Jimmy makes a video, Boston, I'm coming.
I bet.
You think Celtics in 5?
Celtics in 5.
This might be the series where the Heat get their dicks punched off.
Dude, Tatum's on a fucking mission, man. Like,
I think he's pissed now.
he's mad. Yesterday he was mad. And he grew up. And I don't see the Heat really matching up and making the series any longer than 5, maybe 6 games. Maybe 6. But yeah.
I feel the same way. I think the Nuggets could sweep the Lakers. Even though I trust a battle-tested team, the Nuggets are so fucking...
I think that Nuggets-Lakers series is going to be interesting. I did say this was going to be the Western Conference Finals.
You did. I think you were actually close with the East, too. I think you said Celtics somebody. I don't think it was the Heat, obviously, but I think you said Celtics.
I'd probably
you said
Bucks.
Celtics Bucks.
Yeah.
So you were like 3 for 4. I
Yeah.
was like 0 for 7. I think I said the Bucks were going to win it all.
My heart says Lakers, but my gut says Nuggets.
And I think we're going to get a tale. I think we're going to get a tale of 2 players in these conference finals, and it's going to be Jamal Murray and Jason Tatum. I think Jokic is going to do his job, but when Jamal Murray is playing the way Jamal Murray was playing pre-injury, which he's starting to do right now, the Nuggets like blow teams out. It doesn't even come close, dude. Like when Jamal Murray is playing the way Jamal Murray, we know he can play. Dude, they made the Suns look like a CYO team.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't even fun watching that series.
No,
like
it
when
was
he's
not.
on, because it's like he's not only facilitating, but he'll step back and nail one in your face.
Yeah.
And then he'll come back and dish one, and Michael Porter Jr. will knock it down. Like, I think the Lakers are going to find this is going to be a long, long series for them.
For sure. Again, we got going to and from Denver. Might be throwing another nuke on an under, but it's got to be the right spot. It has to be the right spot.
Game
Usually
5.
like a game 5. Exactly. Coming back from LA. Yeah, game 5. Dude.
No, yeah, I think if I were to pick, though, I'd go Nuggets, Celtics, which I
Yeah.
feel like is kind of square.
It's pretty square.
But I feel like that makes sense to me.
No, it does.
And I think the Celtics are going to be your NBA champions if the Nuggets don't win.
Yeah, I agree. I think I had Nuggets beating the Celtics to start the playoffs, W's, but I just Tatum's on a fucking mission, and I honestly am rooting for him at this point. He deserves one.
So can we talk about this too? Because I saw this narrative everywhere, and I think it's just like a really dumb take, just personally. Showing the square of these 4 teams and then going, the bubble mattered. Like, I don't get the take.
Why?
I think it's a dumb fucking take.
Because people say that the bubble is like a LaMickey,
The
championship.
bubble was 3 fucking years ago, though. Like, the rosters of the guys that went with those teams are completely different
Not really.
by DNA. Yeah, for sure.
You still got the 2 main guys for every
The
team.
Celtics have fucking Brogdon and Derek White now. Like, that team was always going to be good. They kept Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown because when they were in the bubble, they were 21 and 22.
True.
Like, what, dude? The Heat added Kyle Lowry. They got rid of all the bums that were on that bubble team, and they added Kyle Lowry.
But you still got the same core, basically. You got Murray, you got
probably
Jokic.
the best 5 players in the NBA.
You got LeBron, you got AD, you got Jimmy, you got Bam.
But my point was never the bubble. Like, we're looking at the teams that have the best players in the NBA. Jimmy Butler, Jason Tatum, LeBron James, and Jokic. Like, you thought those guys were never going to be back in the playoffs at the same time going deep?
It was more so just kind of like debunking the fact that the bubble was like the circumstances didn't really equate to the teams that deserve to be there, because here we are 3 years later and the exact same teams are here, you know? So to discredit LeBron's championship, I think that's kind of the point that people are trying to make with this being a bubble rematch. Even LeBron says that was harder to win that championship than it was to come back against the Warriors 3-1.
Still my favorite narrative, though.
But yeah, it's gonna be an interesting conference finals. Can't wait to watch.
If it was anybody else, I'd count it, because it's LeBron and it makes his fans so mad. Doesn't count.
I also like just seeing that the big 3 era is kind of over with, which is fun to see.
Super over with, dude.
It's almost
and
more.
It just died with the Suns.
Yeah,
it just died.
It's kind of now like get your 2 guys and your 5 role players.
You need a bench.
Like,
finally, it's like, oh my God, you need a goddamn bench.
Yeah.
The Suns were the epitome of the death of the big 3.
Yeah, it's like building the team in 2K and trading your entire fucking, depth for KD, and you got 2 players and they're playing 42 minutes.
Literally, though. And you want to talk about 2 players playing 42 minutes? Drysdale and McDavid on the Oilers.
Exactly. It translates across sports.
So can you walk me through that? Because that series, I'll be honest, 1, they played at 10 p.m. every time. 2, I watched game 1 and I thought it was a good game, but it just wasn't. I don't know, not to sound like a dick, but it just wasn't an entertaining series for me to watch. It was either 5-1, 5-1, 5-1, 4-2, 4. Like, the Leafs Panthers was a fucking series. Yeah. I enjoyed watching those games. Walk me through like what, because I think you watch most of those games. You watch every game because I feel like you're getting pretty invested into the hockey. What the hell, if you're an Edmonton fan right now, what's going through your head? Because you can't get over the hump. And I'm going to be honest with you, it never felt like they were going to beat VGK.
No.
From game 1, it never felt like it.
Again, you're going to go as far as your goalie could take you. And then when you got that problem on top of relying every single goal being a power play goal, like, you're only going to go as far as how many power plays you're going to get. And last night, Oilers had, 2 power plays, I think, and they scored twice. Like, that was that was just how you define the Oilers, just power play merchants. If they're not getting power plays, they're not scoring. And on top of having a shit goalie, having to figure out goalie situations mid-game, mid-series, I mean, that's just gonna fuck you every time. I haven't seen a team with a shit goalie, subpar goalie, make it past the first round. But yeah, dude, it's just like the NBA with Durant and Booker, like Drysdale, McDavid. No one else was fucking stepping up doing their job. And VGK is a lot like the Kraken. They're fun to watch. They're really good fundamentally. They just make plays. They got guys who are stepping up. It's a different guy every night. And then they got a solid guy like Marchessault who's fucking putting up a hat trick with the back against the wall. Like,
fucking solid,
yeah.
by the way.
Green Gob actually doing his job too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's like fully greened out on Prize Picks and he's still ripping. But yeah, it's kind of by committee. They got so many rippers. Jack Eichel.
He's still a bucket, dude.
Still a bucket, but wasn't even relevant in last night's game, which is, if McDavid or Drysdale is irrelevant, like, it shows on the scoreboard. But with teams like the Kraken, if one of their goats ain't ripping and on, yeah, they got other guys stepping up.
And almost like, correct me if I'm wrong, right? Because I'm not going to claim to be the biggest hockey guy. Obviously, when the Devils are like in the hunt, I'm going to be, all over them because it's like the only team I have from New Jersey. And now, like, I'm more invested in it now because I love the Hughes brothers. But I feel as though in hockey, just from watching these playoff series and from, when I was younger with Barry on ESPN, like hearing about the shit that he'd be talking about, I'd almost prefer a team to superstars.
Mm-hmm.
The Panthers, the Kraken, VGK, I feel as though we're all teams that were just teams.
And the Canes, too.
And the Canes. All teams that were just teams.
Yeah.
There's not a guy that when you turn that TV on, you're like, this is the guy we're going in for. They've got guys, right? Like, they've got guys like Marchessault. They've got guys. I forget who the guy is on the Kraken that I love. His SOGs are always at 2.5, and he's a fucking bucket. He was like a first-round pick for them. I think he was a second overall pick.
Beniers?
Yes, Matty.
He's like my favorite player. He doesn't rip as much as I'd like. Like, I want to take his SOG so much tonight, but his prop that is literally a green gob, the reason why I even know Matty Beniers. First couple games he came into the league, his over half a point was on Prize Picks. Dude, it was free. It was literally air. And so he's like a homegrown Kraken draft pick, which is cool to see, and the fans are embracing him, and he's dope. I love him.
What I've been calling him to like all my buddies whenever we watch the Kraken, because I'm kind of bandwagoning the Kraken, like not necessarily on social media a lot, but whenever I'm with my buddies, I call him the key because he just unlocks it all. Yeah. He might not do anything crazy
The
that
glue
game,
guy.
but he's just the key.
Yeah.
Like, he'll unlock a real quick play, and you'll be like, oh shit, like we're right there again. Or he'll get like a great turnover, whatever it is. But I feel as though this playoffs is really starting to show in both sports. Like, they're team sports, man. It's not fucking golf. You can't go out here and get Tiger, Rory, and put them on a team and fucking expect to win when the other guys can go 10 for 10.
Mm-hmm.
When you can only go 5 for against their 10. You know what I mean? And I feel like we're seeing that in hockey with the Leafs. It's just Austin Matthews.
Yep.
I mean, when you watch that team, it's just Austin Matthews. Like, maybe Nylander, but he doesn't show up every fucking game. But like, I feel as though that's what's kind of made it more exciting, and that's why I want the Kraken to win tonight. Because even with the Stars, it feels like Robo.
Yep.
You know, if Robo doesn't score 3, we're losing. If Robo doesn't score 2, we're losing. Like, even when you're at the game, dude, the only thing I heard Stars fans say was, let's get Robo going. Let's get Robo going. It's like, dude.
Yeah,
like,
facts.
fuck,
That's
man.
same with the Leafs fan. Like, get Willie out there.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I feel like you go to a Kraken game in Seattle, they don't give a fuck who's on the ice,
Yeah.
dude. They're just like, let's go.
Yeah, for
you know?
real, dude. And like, as soon as that puck hit the net for the Panthers, dude, everyone around me just blow up the team, shit Marner out, get Willie out of here. It's like,
Except for the GOAT. See you next year.
dude, I wish I fucking had that moment on video, dude. It was the most, like, it would have been a viral fucking clip, like, of all time for Leafs fans. It was just the most Leafs scenario. Dude was out of the like, before anyone else could stand up, this dude was already up the stairs in the hallway.
That, like, I can literally picture now from your point of view, the goal scored, silence, the red thing is going off, the stadium's loud as fuck, but it's not the fans. And this guy, instead of just like reacting, just like, all right, guys, next year, do it all again. And then just out, dude. Like, the wind.
Dude, just gone.
Well, as a Leafs fan, I mean, the bit on social media was like some of my favorite videos were these guys on TikTok, and it was the Leafs walking into the locker room.
He's like, this is a second round.
I was like, "This is a second round."
Yeah.
Like, yeah, man.
That
Like,
guy is
I thought we were just in Florida for a golf trip. It's like, no, we have to play again. It's like, wait, hold on.
There's a second round?
Austin, did you know there's a second round?
He's like, yeah, we got a second golf round.
yeah.
That dude just followed me on TikTok the other day.
Did he actually?
Yeah, he's hilarious.
That's fucking hysterical. Let's go. That's awesome. But little Timmy finally got one thing he wished for, so he got to go to Toronto.
Yeah,
that was cool.
Timmy did go to Toronto. Dude, in Toronto, we walk out, and I'm with the props.cash guys. We step one singular foot out of the building, and the props.cash guy just whips out a joint, sparks it, in a fucking mosh pit of people walking out of the building. And that's normal. Like, there's no, like, weed is completely decriminalized. It's not even a question whether or not you can rip a J in public or not. Like, it's just like they treat it like cigarettes.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
No, yeah.
I haven't been in an environment like that before. It was kind of cool.
LA's kind of like that, depending on where you are.
Yeah, but like, even in
kind of niche.
Anywhere in the States, I'm always like, I'm thinking about it. Like, you know, is this a appropriate area? Am I allowed to do this here? You know, are there cops around? There, it's like,
whatever.
There are people walking out of the building. Like, I saw like these two hot chicks like just smoking a J outside the stadium, and this little like group of guys walks up like, oh, can I get some of that? And they just like started smoking it together. I'm just like, what? And there's like cops like right over there.
You
no one
pick
gives
up
a
chicks
fuck.
outside the stadium.
Yeah, dude, it was some W-Riz for sure.
I need to be out there, man.
Standing there watching it all happen.
I really want to go to Toronto. Can we go to a Blue Jays game this year?
Yeah, I would love to, man.
I want to go to the city. That's like the one city I really.
Apparently,
really,
the
really
Jays stadium is like dog shit. I guess I looked inside of it. It was kind of cool, but
fuck.
Yeah,
Raptors game would have been sick.
Yeah, Raptors game would have been dope.
But whatever. All right. Well, I want to do a sneak nuke presented by Prize Picks because this episode is going to come out on Monday. But first, I got a fun question for us, which I'm going to try to introduce every episode. Not necessarily a segment, but just like a question to whatever it is. Then we got Common W, then the Cake Report. The fun question, because I was thinking about it this weekend because it happened to me. Favorite place to be when your bet hits. So I'm thinking, on your stream, it could be super specific to you. Doesn't have to be general. Mine is, I think everyone could probably guess it. There's nothing I love more than being at a bar, drinking with your buddies, and a bet that you guys all put on together hits.
Yeah.
Because you have that moment where it's like pure ecstasy, everyone's going crazy, and you're like, let's go! Like you're dapping each other up. There's a couple chest bumps if you're really feeling masculine. And then it's like, it almost feels like your buddy got married and it's like a bachelor's weekend now. Like it's like, all right, dude, we got coins in the account. Let's go get more drinks. Like and it happened to me this weekend. That's my favorite spot to be ever. That's like, you could bury me with that feeling and I would never I feel unhappy.
I have a random, very specific one.
Yeah, which is fine. Because I think my buddy loves being alone on his couch in his basement. That's his favorite shit, dude.
I think an underrated way to win a bet or a place to be when you win a bet is somewhere where you shouldn't be checking the score. Somewhere where you shouldn't be looking at your phone or thinking about this bet.
This is a great one.
So, for example, specifically, say you're out to dinner with your girl, right? Shouldn't be on your phone, and you're already giving up the fact that you can't watch this game, right? And you're already thinking about that in the back of your head, like, fuck, I should be at home watching this game right now. I got fat units pending. So your girl is like currently taking her order, right? And you just give it a little quick peek, check the goblins, they're green, nothing better. Just slide the phone away, not a care in the world.
And dude, and then it's almost like,
yeah.
she's bitching or complaining, you're like, yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm with you. Like that, why would she ever say that to you? Like, you know what I mean? Like, once that hits, it's like nothing fucking matters. Like, you want to do dessert? Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Dessert. You know what's funny? Because last year, that happened to me. It was a day baseball game. My cousin was getting married.
Yeah, the weddings.
Dude, and I was like, Padres plus 1.5 in the church. Like, just
wedding
like sneaking, dude. Just like sneaking in the church, like just making sure the Padres are covering. And it was like all-time ecstasy because it was they kiss, I check the Padres covered. And I was like, let's fucking go. Like just everyone's going crazy, but not for like your bet, obviously. But no, I love that one. That's a good one.
Or like I was at my brother's wedding and we had all bet Mike Trout to hit a home run. That's his favorite player. And he was wearing the jersey all day before the wedding. And I had told the whole wedding party, like, yeah, Trout's going to hit a home run for Bo. Like, it's going to be electric. And then we're out on the dance floor, celebrating the wedding and shit, getting turned. And I checked the score and I get the notification that Trout hit a nuke. And I went and like whispered in everyone's ear. And we were all just fucking going bonkers.
Trout nuked.
Mr. President, Trout just hit a fucking nuke.
It's like the Osama bin Laden. We got him.
We got
him. He went ding dong. Nick, you got one?
Yeah, mine's a very specific one. It was a time when we were, I think in the sports book in Vegas is still just underrated, like on the last leg of your parlay, but it was the Boise State win.
Oh, that was highlight of my betting career, top 5, easy.
On that, because it was like a 5-leg parlay. It was the last leg, and then we went out to Omnia later that night for bottle service, and like that night was just fucking, like it was, I think it was the first time we met like Nikki and Mush was in town, Data was in town, like, so we had a whole group of friends that we went out to Omnia after Boise State hit. We were in the Paris sportsbook, shitty sportsbook there.
Shitty sportsbook, but not a person there. Yeah. It was just us 5.
Dominated.
Yeah, and it was the sweatiest fucking game ever too. I mean, this was back and forth, 3 balls, 10 seconds on the clock. Took like 30 minutes because they just kept trading buckets and calling timeouts. And we had the ball last, and they fucking hit a dagger 3 to win. And it was fucking unbelievable.
What's fucking?
I know, and we all bought. I had like 500 on this parlay to win like 6 racks, Yeah.
No way.
And we actually got tucked. I know.
So rare.
Nuts. So rare.
So rare.
Never
dude.
happens, bro. We were all just so bricked.
A rare tuckage.
Quick update on some MLB shit. Cardinals are starting to win some games. Love to see that. They're getting hot. They're even money today against the Brewers at home with Peralta on the mound. Kind of want to take the Cards.
Yeah, I mean they're right now. They got it figured out. They got the Contreras shit figured out. It was for backstory from past few episodes. Contreras was the one to blame for everything, for all the pitchers sucking. Is because he doesn't prepare like Yachty did with the pitchers before games, and so they basically benched him and put Kisner in. Well, then they started winning. Arenado got his bats fixed. He homered 3 days in a row. And they swept the
Then
Fenway.
did you see some guy asked him for his jersey, and he was like, "Yeah, I can't hit in this thing. You can keep it."
And then he hit a home run. Then he hit a double and a home run right after that.
Nuts.
Yeah.
So
That'd be
Cardinals starting to heat up. Lodolo on the IL.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah, absolute pain. He's only going to miss a month, which is a lot, but he was soaring over his projected over like 50 more Ks than what I need. So we still could be at the table, but definitely not great. Not great. So Lodolo, let's get that calf back in W shape. But fuck, man, that was the only thing that was like looking W's for me. Mookie Betts though, the Dodgers are getting fucking hot. Mookie's hitting bombs. He's heating up. What else is going on, my go? Well, Jose's getting some RBIs, still behind pace, but he's starting to heat up a bit. Shohei, we need some more nukes, man. We need some more nukes. But, yeah, Dodgers are getting red hot. Ohtani's fucking gone. Angels continue to blow leads, dude.
He's literally gone.
Dude, I mean, I
Foot
can't.
out the door.
The Angels are up 6-0. You get a masterclass out of Tyler Anderson. You get runs on the board from the offense. And then we get to the 7th inning, bro, and we give the game away. That's literally the story of Angels baseball the last fucking 10 years. Ohtani's gone.
Like foot fully out.
Out the door, man. I'm so pissed. He's pitching today. Might have to bomb him. But, yeah, so gone.
My go-well's fucking chalk, dude. Everyone's fucking hurt. No one's doing their job on the mound. I just fucking, it was never Sandy, dude. I don't know what I was doing trusting fucking Sandy, dude. Like, I'm actually pissed because I felt so good about it.
And we had Strider, too, which is pain.
Who, by the way, is like on pace to have like 300 strikeouts.
Yeah, he's...
Like, what the fuck, dude?
I'm pretty sure he already covered Snell's line for him. And we're like not even halfway through the season.
Like, was our OG go well the move, dude? Arenado's now fucking bombing shit. We had his thing in there. We had Strider. We had Corey Seager, I think.
Who's going to chalk it anyways.
Yeah, because he got fucking hurt. He's spending more time in Frisco than he is playing goddamn baseball.
But yeah, no, we're very close to the dog days of summer, so I hope you're ready for it.
So close, dude.
Yeah, we're already
so fucking close.
We're already getting sniffs of it. You know, a day like today, we got 1 hockey game and 15 baseball games.
I know, dude.
And soon enough, it's going to be 4 baseball games, and that's it. Those are the worst days, dude. Sometimes it's like literally on travel days, they'll have 2 MLB games and not like 2 WNBA games, and there's your summer. You know?
Oh, but MLS and PLL.
Yeah.
I'm good at those.
Sure. WNBA goat whale, you play someone?
Yeah, I'm down. It's just going to be Sophie Cunningham. And
Dude, they don't even
everyone
have her on the
else
board. I'm going to have to make a corp call.
Yeah, make a corp. We're going to need a corp call.
Yeah, for sure.
Can we put that on the board? Sophie Cunningham on the prize picks?
Yeah, please.
All right, we're going to need that one.
How do you not have the goat on the board, dude?
Yeah, what the fuck? Someone on the Aces, too. I'm going to need somebody on the Aces.
Yeah, I'm going to have to talk to my WNBA goats because I feel like you could honestly take just the best players. But
no, I think you for sure could. And probably will, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's go to the Common W, the Cake Report, then we'll do a real quick sneak peek presented by Prize Picks. Or maybe we don't have to do a sneak peek presented by Prize because it's just the NHL game.
Yeah.
We could do two-piece gob.
Could do 2-piece gob.
I already know what my leg is, so let's do it. All right, Common W. We're going to do it every Monday episode, just something that happened this weekend that, really moved the needle for you, that made you happy either in your betting life, your personal life, whatever it may be. I'll start it off. Common W this weekend. I had an amazing Saturday of day drinking.
W's.
There's nothing I love more than waking up early with a squad together that's just down to day drink and just get silly. And I was getting silly from like 11 a.m. to 4, quick nap, shower, back out again. But I just love, especially being in Texas now, there's nothing better. 80 degrees on a rooftop. You're a little bit uncomfortably hot, but I discovered the key to the common W for my weekend, a frozen Moscow Mule. Dude, I was slurping.
I was slurping so many Moscow Mules. That's my go-to lately.
Which is why I was like on a rooftop, and I love a good copper cupped Moscow Mule when it's hot out. And the lady goes, "Would you like that frozen?"
Sure, man.
I felt like James Bond.
I didn't know that was an
like,
option.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, absolutely. I would
man.
love that.
I'll have
Yes,
two.
man. Freeze that shit up.
Just freeze that shit up.
I had like 5 of them, dude. They went down. It was literally like slurpage.
That's
I was just
fire.
slurping.
We need to get some Moscow Mule ingredients in this household.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one I have never made.
Yeah.
Or the milk.
The
You love your milk?
Oh yeah, the what do you call those?
White Russian?
White Russians, yes. My milky at the book.
Don't call it your milky, dude.
People would see me at the Red Rock and they'd be like, "Oh, he's got his milk."
Back at it again with the milk. What was your common W this weekend?
Common W was just, getting to experience Toronto. Haven't been out of the country in a fucking minute. But it was a great time. Didn't end up the way we wanted it to, but to be in that environment with such a passionate, diehard fan base and experience that pain with them was kind of a W. So shout out Toronto, W place. Would love to come back for some Jays legacy games down the stretch of the postseason. But common W, Toronto.
Let's go.
Common W for me. Relaxing weekend this weekend. Didn't do too much. We got a hell of a weekend coming up with my boy getting married. So preparing the liver for that. So we took a weekend off from the beverages. But common W, Cardinals back. Hey, we won 6 of 7. We just swept the Boston Red Sox. Not an easy place to play there in Fenway. And we got the Brewers for 3 and then the Dodgers for 3 this week. So we have a good week. We might be back.
But back?
Back.
Okay. All right.
Delusional, but back.
I was going to say. Back?
Ever since Wainwright's been back in that dugout.
They're getting hot.
All right, back. What's it? Cardinals back.
Hey,
Cardinals are back.
we ride or die with the
I'm going to
birds.
fade them literally today.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, they actually might be a fade today because you're fading them coming off Sunday Night Baseball, which has been a system. Shout out POD Pete. But we were like, yeah, let's take the Cardinals, man. They're getting red hot. And then I was like, well, shit. They're coming off Sunday Night Baseball. That's always a fade. They got Peralta on the mound for the Brewers.
I was going to say, I also love Peralta.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. It could be the Brewers.
It's the Brewers.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. But back.
It might be the Brewers. They had a couple good comebacks this weekend, so they're probably due for an L.
But back.
Yeah.
Back.
I'm down. Back. But
Put
they
it on,
lose tonight.
Put it
but
on
back.
record here. Put it on record here. In a couple months, we're top of the division.
Okay. That's where it's got to stop. All right, we'll go into the cake report now. Something on the weekend. It's more like a thorn and rose type deal, but we've got the common W in the cake report. The cake report is just something that, maybe didn't go right this weekend, kind of ruined your day, whatever it was. Hopefully you're able to bounce back from it. My cake report, not necessarily something that happened in, my life, but just really, really disappointed in Joel Embiid. Like, you're a fucking loser, dude. I'm totally out on you now. Couldn't be more in on guys like Jason Tatum and, guys like Jalen Brunson that are just leaders on their team. And there's nothing that makes me more angry than a selfish superstar. And I'm just like, I couldn't be more out on him. Like, loser. That was the most loser shit I've ever heard someone say that just was the best player in the NBA. Like, that's some shit that I don't think Michael Jordan would ever say. That's some shit I don't think Shaquille O'Neal would ever say. I don't even think Charles Barkley would ever say that. So, fucking, I'm out. I'm out on him. Also, Ja Morant, too. Wow.
Wow.
What a
Like, what
bozo,
are we
dude.
doing?
That's the ultimate cake report.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
My cake report, I had a Mother's Day megalodon. It was Celtics money line, Oilers money line. Told everyone on Twitter, this is how you're going to pay for the Mother's Day flowers. All you got to do is lock in this 2-piece bob. And we got absolutely tucked by the Celtics, but we got fucked by the Oilers, man. Cake. So me and little Timmy went and fucking picked some flowers from the neighbor's garden and gave it to Mom.
Couple roses out the garden. Nothing crazy. Couldn't afford the Whole Foods bouquet.
Yeah, so, thanks to McDavid and Drystyle and company. You guys are ratchet.
I want to talk Ja Morant because we didn't talk about it. I think we have to talk about that. And then quick prize picks, and we'll wrap it. It's kind of a long episode. Apologies. Ja Morant, dude. What are we doing? What is going on?
I don't know, man. I mean, he's young, but like, what the fuck? I mean, how do you not learn after the first time?
But dude, not only how do you not learn after the first time, what are we doing, man? Like this, he wasn't doing this shit at Murray State. He wasn't doing this shit his rookie year. And now it feels like everything in the world that he's been working so hard for is finally coming to fruition. Nike deal, his own fucking shoe, face of the franchise, was in the conversation for MVP. What?
Dude, it blows my mind, baffles my mind, and I'm starting not to really feel bad about it.
Not at all, dude.
Yeah.
Not at all. And I feel like it's on one point of the token, I think it's the people you surround yourself with.
For sure.
But on the other end of it, you also have to be an adult and realize that, I mean, these guys say it all the time. You see it a lot in the rap world. I think you see it a lot with certain athletes that they're like, all the fuck shit that he's doing is only going to really fuck him because he's the guy that's got it all right now. The only one that can really, really look back in 5 years, if everything that I think is going to happen in the next couple days happens in terms of Nike's going to drop his ass, he's going to lose his signature shoe deal. It's only him who had a real future that's gone now, right? And I mean, you can't even blame his friend for being on the Instagram live. I mean, obviously maybe put the live away, But I mean, you can't blame the friend. The friend immediately knew that they were fucked. Because I think he saw John and was like, dude, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Like, no way you just did that again. So, I mean, you can't blame the friend. And I mean, the narrative that the NBA's out of season, he can do whatever he wants, I think that's completely wrong. I don't think there's anything wrong with him being in the club, listening to music, drinking with his buddies. I think that's fine. I think people got a little bit mad about that. But he is in the offseason, so I think you can for sure, have fun. You're a young kid. But when you start toting a gun around as the face of the youth of the NBA, where little kids are looking up to you now, kids in high school are looking up to you now, it's setting an awful example for like the 10-year-old that fell in love with Ja Morant because his favorite player just got his shoes and he sees him fucking around with guns and shit.
Yeah.
Like, I just think it sets a bad precedent for that next generation because the NBA does that. They pick guys that are going to be the face, and he's one of them. As the young generation to be like, let's get young fans invested in the NBA. Ja Morant, fucking the guy's fireworks when he plays basketball. But what are we doing?
I have no idea. I literally don't even have any clue what he could have thought in that moment. Like, how do you not fucking learn after the first go around? Why are you having a gun on you in the fucking car? And why are you like flaunting that shit around?
And put the young boy away.
Yeah.
You knew that. I thought it was like a thing with Drewski. He was like, the minute I saw Instagram Live, and the second I heard Young Boy, I knew something fucked was about to happen.
Yeah.
Like, you just knew it was coming. But I mean, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
You got to figure it out.
Dude sold the goat whale. I don't feel bad for him anymore.
Yeah, it was always Trent putting him in the goat whale, and then his whole career just imploding in a matter of days. All right, let's do a quick sneak nuke presented by Prize Picks for tonight's games. We have MLB and NHL. I already have my square. We already talked about it. It's really low. Give me Matty Beniers over 1.5 SOGs.
Okay. Give me, well, shit, because I was going to take Grubauer over saves, but can't do that with two of the same players from the same team.
I can go stars if you want.
No, you don't have to. So
You can also go baseball. There's later games.
yeah, let's go. I'm going to go baseball. Beniers over 1.5.
We got Shohei strikeouts. Peralta strikeouts.
I'm going to give you something that's going to actually fucking pay.
Oh, a gob.
Give me, I want a red. I want a Cincinnati red.
It's fucking disgusting, dude.
Because they got Connor Siebold in Coors today for the Rockies. If they have Jonathan India, do they have India? They do.
Total bases.
Give me India over 1.5 bases.
Okay. Wow, one of the 1.5. 2 pays.
Yeah.
is what we're saying on this
Just
one.
need 2. I'm placing that.
I just placed it right now. We got Matty Beniers more than his shots on goal. Jonathan India more than his total bases. We have never hit a Sneak Nuke presented by Prize Picks on this couch.
Are you serious?
Yep, we're 66 episodes in. We haven't done one every episode. We've never hit one. If you power played it.
Wow.
We probably would never hit one. Not even our 2 pieces. So I'm feeling good about this one. I just bombed it. I'm not going to tell you how much I put on it. 500.
No.
But it's because I'm up on Prize Picks right now.
Oh, word.
I had a great weekend. So now it's time to just get reckless with it and lose it all.
I just put 250.
Responsibly, though.
250.
Okay, I like that. All right, that's our Sneak Nuke presented by Prize Picks. Comment W, Cake Report. Make sure you go get some merch wherever you get podcasts. I can subscribe. You got anything left for the people? Or?
No, follow me on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram at Book It with Trent, and tune into the Surgical Stream Twitch every weekday, 1 p.m. Central.
You can find Mikey over everywhere other than Instagram. It's michael.j.overs. We got a great week of sports coming up. Let's just let's keep it clean and fun.
Yep. Let's make some coin.
As always.
Be seeing.